How do I start this? This is so awkward, Emma. Okay, restart. Okay. Hi, so welcome to my first video. I'm gonna be doing a question and answer video with some of the questions I received on Instagram. So the first question is, if you could eat any food forever, what would it be? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. The first thing that comes to my mind is pancakes. And I don't know if that's because I'm craving pancakes or just because I haven't had it in a while or if I actually mean that, but pancakes. The next question I got was, what are your plans now that you have graduated? Yeah. The next question I got is, what inspired, okay, that was quite a common question. What inspired you to be more eco-conscious? So actually, when I was in school, we learned a lot of things about like climate change and stuff like that. And I never thought it was that serious or like that real until I went to university and then started reading up more about it myself, and then also like realized the impact it was having. And then learning a lot more about zero waste and sustainability out of curiosity. And so I was just like, you know, this is real, like, and yeah, I just decided to do it. I'll make a more in-depth video about that, but yeah. Okay, what country in your opinion has more vegan options or are easier for people trying to be more eco-friendly? I want to say like Western countries, like when like in the UK there's a lot of vegan options, and in the US I imagine so as well. But in terms of being like eco-friendly, I feel like a lot of things in supermarkets in the UK were wrapped in plastic, whereas in Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, I know that you can go to like the markets to buy fruit and vegetables and you'd get it loose, like you don't have to worry about plastic packaging. But in terms of like vegan alternatives, like meat alternatives and milk alternatives and cheese alternatives, definitely like UK, US, Australia, like these countries. What got you started on veganism? Okay, so last summer I cut out dairy like pretty much completely from my diet due to like gut problems at first, but then I had heard a lot about veganism since going to university and I was really interested to try it out, but I never thought I could do it because I literally loved eggs. Like I would eat eggs every day. But then one of my friends did Veganuary earlier this year, so like January 2019, and I was like, oh, you know, kind of want to try it out. So I didn't actually do Veganuary, but then after like around February or March, I decided to start doing a couple of vegan days a week, and then eventually I just started doing more and more days, and then eventually it just stuck. Okay, yeah, why did you make the choice to start a channel? I really just wanted to share like what interests me, what I found out about, and just kind of share my knowledge with everyone else, because that's how I first got into it. Like I knew a couple people that were actually my friends that were trying out Veganuary or that were already vegan for a few years, and that's what made me wanting to try it too, like knowing that there's people around me that are actually doing it. So I feel like people that I just want to share and hopefully like inspire others to make changes as well, in terms of like not only veganism but like sustainability and zero waste as well. And this person actually asked another question, what are you mostly going to focus on in your videos? So yeah, like the channel is called Planet Boomy, and Boomy actually means earth. So it's mainly going to focus on like stuff to do with sustainability, zero waste, and veganism. What's the hardest thing and easiest thing transitioning to being vegan and zero waste? Okay, so I'm going to do vegan first and then zero waste. The hardest thing about transitioning to being a vegan is definitely like being around people who are not vegan. You're probably going to get tempted a lot, especially in the beginning when you're still like probably struggling a little bit to properly be vegan. But the easiest thing in my opinion is that there's so many options out there now. There's tons of milk alternative, cheese alternative, meat alternatives for those who want that. As for being zero waste, the hardest thing is that you're probably never going to be 100% zero waste, because it's in this like world where everything we buy is almost like packaged somehow, or even if you don't buy it packaged, like it probably came packaged before you bought it. It's nearly impossible to be 100% zero waste, but the easiest thing is, again, knowing that there's tons of options and that there's a lot of ways to educate yourself more about that. Yeah, that's all the questions I got, and a lot of these topics that I've talked about is going to be probably made into more in-depth videos. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.